Oh, it hurts me, man. Oh, there goes the squirrel. This is kind of an interesting read today. Usually you'd read stuff about drones causing, I guess, the chaos in the air. How about the helicopter creating the chaos for the drone flyer? It says, drone pilot shaken by near miss with low flying helicopter. St. John man says he was almost involved in an aviation disaster despite taking every precaution. A St. John drone pilot is pursuing a complaint with Transport Canada after his unmanned aircraft was almost hit by a helicopter this month in the sky above a crowd of hundreds of people and boats in Belles Isle Bay. What exactly happened? It says Turnbull said he had been hired by the Bruce family to shoot still photos and high-definition video of Lestock, a fundraiser for the Leslie E. Bruce Environmental Scholarship at the University of New Brunswick. And to my understanding, he basically went through all of the protocols to get an SFOC to fly in the event. And so you would imagine, I guess, it would be if you have the permission there, all the pilots and everything like that, they'll be aware of you to avoid you in that situation to be safe. But I guess apparently that didn't happen where the helicopter actually flew so low, according to this anyways. It says he was about 5 minutes into his first flight gathering still shots above the wharf when his spotter saw a helicopter approaching fast and low. He never expected to see a helicopter or any other aircraft in the area because his drone flight plan should have been posted in the notice system run by Nav Canada. All pilots are supposed to check notices to pilots called NOTAMs before taking off, and if a helicopter pilot has seen it, he should have avoided the area. And how close was it? It says Turnbull estimated that a collision was missed by a mere 75 to 80 feet, or about 22 to 24 meters. If he had hit my drone, what we're talking about there is the equivalent of somebody dropping a brick off an overpass and hitting a car. And the funny thing is, out of all this is I often say, whose fault is it in that case? When does it become the fault of, say, the helicopter? But if you think about it, even if it says here, it's technically the drone flyer's fault still, because in the regulations, it's your job to get away from manned aircraft. It says, but according to Canadian aviation rules, even though Turnbull had notified authorities about his drone flight plans and received permission to be there, it was still up to him to get out of the helicopter's way. Drone pilots are responsible for being aware of other traffic and must yield to other aircraft. So that's kind of funny if you think about it, where in that case, even though the person has the permission and so forth, they're supposed to be aware, they still fly down there and it's still your fault. I mean, when does it change, huh? Where everyone's gonna have to be responsible. Although to my understanding as well, when you put up those notices, it's still your responsibility to look out for other people. It doesn't make it a situation where because you booked out that area, then no one else is going to be there. Because a point actually came out funny enough when I flew around that airport area. The person actually mentioned he's wondering why there's so many more planes here flying today. And basically the joke was because I guess I filed for permission, maybe they recognized there's going to be a drone there and people were flying by wanting to see it, so it increased the traffic maybe. But what would you think in general? Helicopter guy's fault? Drone guy's responsibility still, where if it's crashed, it's his fault? It's kind of weird to think about, I guess, in general with the way it is. That's funny. Oh, I saw the bicycle. I was like, whoa!
More than a bird.
It's my little buddy. He remembers me. So.
Your kids.
Yeah. No, don't fit him. He only.
No, your camera is.
He's only familiar with me. See?
No.
Warning sign. That's why his tail's like that. He's afraid of your camera. I told you can't do that. No more ticks in the ear, huh? Alright, see you guys later.